I have another question about your business and how do you operate your business? How do you do to grow it?
Okay, well, as a coach and a writer and also a keynote speaker, I operate from my values, my core values. I live every day in my business, which is operate out of compassion and abundance. You know, when you operate out of compassion and empathy, you already know what the needs are, or you're feeling the needs of your client or potential client, or even those people you want to help. So that compassion, that empathy is instant connection. And then also too, with abundance, I'm not a hard sales type of person. I don't believe, and many people operate very differently, and that's okay, that works for their business model. But with my business model, I operate from a source of abundance. So I rarely go out on sales calls. You know, I don't hard sell, and again, it's a very different philosophy and approach than some people have with their businesses, whether it's an internet business, whether it's a brick and mortar business, whatever it may be. I like to operate out of abundance because I feel that operating out of abundance, you attract more abundance. It's not like, oh, I have to make that sale. Oh, I have to get that client. No, I want to get the right client. I want to get the right connection. You know, and if it wasn't meant to be, then it wasn't meant to be a connection with that potential client. Does that make sense?
So you are not trying to convince some people,
No.
to convince a CEO,
No.
to convince a customer or clients. You are saying that if it's the right customer, the right client, the right CEO, it will work because it's the right connection. That's
Correct,
right?
correct. And I know, again, you know, coming from the school of business or coming from sales, that may be very counter to what their beliefs may be. But I've been very fortunate that I've never made a sales call per se. I'm attracting the right people, the right clients, the right people with interest. Because then right there, you know it's a good match because the interest is there. And does this work with everyone? When you build your business to a point where people know what you're about, and you're more about helping, you're not about selling, you're more about serving, you're not about closing a deal, then people already know where you're operating from, which is abundance.
It's very interesting. So I imagine that maybe some people who are listening to that say, oh, it's great, but I have some fears. Sometimes I have the fear to have a lack of money, and if I don't sell, how can I will do it? She's, I forget the name in English.
People may look, sure. People may be like, oh, well, Grace Daly, she's an entrepreneur.
Yes,
she's got her website. She's got her businesses all set up. It's easy for her to say that.
It's easy for Grace. The abundance. She feel abundance today, but currently I am not, and I'm lost, and I have to sell.
Okay.
I have to sell because I will not have any money. I have to eat.
Okay. Do you really have to sell? Then I want to ask those people, do you really have to sell? Or do you really want to serve? There's a huge, that in itself is a huge perception swap, right? And also too, I've been there before. You know, I've only been entrepreneurial for the last 6 years. Before that, I've worked for major, large corporations where I did retail development. I used to build a lot of stores. So I know how it is, David, to have that security of the weekly paycheck, the cushion and the fun of, you know, vacation time, sick days, and personal times. You know, as an entrepreneur, you're just always working, you're always doing what you're doing, but it doesn't feel like work because you love it, right? So I understand, and I come from that place where, okay, probably about 5-6 years ago, I made the swap from leaving my very safe job and environment to going entrepreneurial, right? So I totally understand where that fear may come from, because at one point, I felt it early on too. But I say this, if you take anything away from this discussion and to your audience, is that I believe firmly and wholly in providence, where there's a divine guidance and force to come to your aid to help you. Whatever your decision is. That's the caveat, whatever your decision is. So if you're going to live in fear and be kind of paralyzed and not want to progress or not want to take a calculated risk, because we all have responsibilities. We all have to be fiscally responsible to our families and other support circles. But you have to have, and it goes back to your well of strength, you have to have the fortitude and seek within to know that the decisions you make are right for you, are right for your business, and will help you flourish. But a lot of people are afraid to take that action. So with Providence, whatever direction you choose, Providence comes in to support you. Like what you're doing now, David, this wonderful tour you're doing in America, right? Yeah. Scary. You don't know what was gonna happen. You don't know, like, well, who's this David person? Why should I talk to him? But you're here. You're here in this country, and you're doing this, 5-6 city tour, and you're meeting some incredible people, right? So you took that chance, and Providence comes in, and they connected, you to me, and me to Julie, and you know what I mean? And so it's that divine guidance coming in to really support you in whatever your decision is.
It's very interesting about Providence because when I have two perceptions with Providence.
Okay.
One is I believe that something bigger than us help us to reach our goals, and I believe that. But what can you say about the fact? So if there is a Providence, I have to do nothing. I can do nothing. I can do nothing.
Well, okay.
If someone can say they use that, so if there is a Providence, I can wait to my home.
Well, then you're waiting, and then Providence will support that. If you choose to wait and that's okay too. When you're waiting, you're not ready. You haven't instilled that fortitude, that self-belief that you're ready, and that's okay. So what happens is that if you choose to wait, Providence will support you, and it will be quiet, and you will wait, and there will be no other routes or people coming into your life or places you'll go or incidents and things coming into your life to support whatever it is that you decide, whether it is to wait or whether it's to move on and believe in yourself and take that calculated risk. Either way, Providence comes in and supports that.
So you decide what the life you want, but the Providence is here to help you, to support you. That's right?
Yes. And the key is, like you said too, you decide on the life you want, but also keep your eyes wide open because all these great things are going to start coming. And the typical person, especially if they have no stillness within, they're not going to see all these great opportunities come around because Providence is going to send people your way, events, people like you, like Julie, events, this meeting and us discussing this, and most people, if they don't have their eyes open, they'll just miss it like that. And they'll be like, oh, well, I decided I wanted to do this and nothing happened. No, it's happening before your eyes. So make sure you keep your eyes wide open and take action. Take action. That's very important.